I'm Don Wilson, and this is Sundance Spas. Well, when we hired the lease coach, we weren't sure what we were going to do. Originally, we were thinking of staying in the same location. However, our landlord came back to us, wanted to double our rent, and was going to give us no incentives to stay. Well, I would say that the lease coach certainly saved me their fee, because I didn't have the time or the knowledge to run around and do the stuff that the lease coach did. So certainly they more than adequately covered what we paid for them in the time that they spent, and then of course in negotiating the lease from what the landlord wanted to what we actually wound up paying was a significant amount as well. When you're renewing a lease, I think it's just as important to get a lease coach as it is when you're moving into a new location, because you still don't know all the ins and outs. You still don't know what sorts of things you should be asking for, or what sorts of things are realistic to ask for. And unfortunately, a landlord is a landlord, and he's out for himself. Somebody's got to look after the tenant, and that's where the lease coach comes in. Well, I'd recommend the lease coach because after having done a lease once, I never want to have to go through that again. Had we brought the lease coach in sooner, we probably wouldn't be leasing here. We probably would have bought this building. We were a little late in doing that, but it just takes all the hassle out of it. They know what they're doing. They know what kind of rates we should be paying. They're prepared to sit down and talk to the landlord about it, and we don't have the technology, we don't have the knowledge. We know hot tubs, and if you have a question about a hot tub, come to me. If you have a question about a lease, go to a lease coach. If you're looking at moving, if you're looking at relocating, or even if you're in your existing location, you're not the lease coach. You sell, service, maintain swimming pools and hot tubs, and you do that very well. The lease coach looks after leases, negotiates leases, and they do that very well. At the end of the day, they're going to save you money, they're going to save you time, they're going to save you effort, and you can do and move on with what you do well.